In Mark chapter 15, verses 33 to 39, we find a fascinating phrase. The scripture says, when they saw how he died. Look at that verse with me, verse 39. When the Roman officer who stood facing Jesus, saw how he died, he exclaimed, surely this man was the Son of God. Each year when I start working on the preparation for School of the Cross, I think of this verse, how he died. Oftentimes in movies, you'll hear people say, die well, okay, when they're going into battle. But when I think of Jesus, and I realized these men who watched him die were not unfamiliar with death. These were soldiers who had watched their friends die in the battlefield. These were men who had crucified many people on these crosses and watched them die for years. They had heard the cries for mercy. They'd heard dying men on the battlefield cry out for their mothers. And when they looked at Jesus, they saw something very different. They saw a man as he died who cared about the thief on the cross. They saw a man as he died on the cross care about who was going to take care of his mother. They saw a man who cried out, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They saw a man that had no fear in his eyes of death. No fear in his eyes of death. No anger, no resentment, not spitting with contempt with his last breath upon the soldiers that had killed him. They saw how he died, and they realized, just from watching his death, this is the Son of God. Now, beloved, sometimes I think we need to realize that as Jesus hung on that cross, no fear, no hatred, no bitterness, no anger, love right to the very end, sacrifice for others right to the very end. When they saw how he died,